Okay guys, let's get the party started. So, first of all, do you remember when I was talking about, well, let's say stop number 1 in here and stop number 2? And I guess that stop number 1 actually happened already. Kaspa reached the level of 13 cents 6 and it perfectly collected this liquidity in this zone. Guys, please hit the like button if you think I deserved it, because I believe I was right again, okay? And also remember that this video is not financial advice, and by the way, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, okay? Obviously I don't want to sound like a cocky type of a person, okay? I'm saying that I was right. It doesn't mean that I'm always right. Nobody is always right. But why am I saying this? I do believe that pointing out the fact that looking at the liquidity heat map is significant and is very important, okay? Because as you guys see, price goes towards liquidity quite often, right? So now the question is, are we going to see number 2 stop and grabbing that liquidity here at roughly 10 cents 8? Well, this is definitely a good question. Obviously number 1 is already done, and now, well, from the standpoint of stochastic RSI, that kind of gives me confidence to say that this is possible. And if this would happen, let's actually have a look of how much in terms of percentage we would see as of a dip. Well, there will be 18% of a dip for Kaspa. I believe that will be devastating, okay? Well, let's say that if we are going to dip to levels of that blue line, that will be 14%. I believe that will be still kind of a big deal for Kaspa holders. Let's actually have a look at the daily time frame, right? Daily time frame is showing us such scenario. Well, let's say bullish divergence. If it comes to stochastic RSI, we could also argue technically that these are kind of higher highs in here if it comes to RSI, right? So now let's say that we do have bullish momentum. Let me actually delete this, okay, because it doesn't really look well. And now, ladies and gents, from the standpoint of daily time frame, Kaspa obviously is experiencing rejection from that level of 13 cents 6, right? Also, another thing that we could take under consideration is that technically we could argue that this is some kind of a formation of a bear flag from here, for instance, and there you go. This is a playbook kind of pattern of a bear flag, right? Sharp move towards the downside and then upward move. So technical target could potentially be in here, right? Just as I was saying before, again, that 18% will be devastating, but this is something that well, chart is showing me, right? But of course we are going to look at different scenarios such as liquidity, for instance. But before that, guys, well, let's actually have a look at overall market. On a daily, everything is looking, let's say, okay, and on a weekly we are regaining that momentum. Things are good, I would say. For altcoin, Jesus Christ, 76% of upward move, and monthly time frame, well, not that bad, okay? But still, guys, I believe that we are nowhere near, okay? Many people are actually saying that well, what is happening with Trump's meme coin, so on and so forth, isn't really that bullish. But I believe that it's just a calm before the storm, okay? Of course, he promised that on the day 1 he's going to sign the executive order regarding that Bitcoin National Reserve, which is going to pump the crypto market and all of this, but that didn't happen, okay? Instead of that, we had basically what, this meme coin, okay? Nonetheless, guys, let me roll the data that I have for you today, okay? So this is 2 daily chart, and that was created by this account, J3. Guys, the reason why I'm sharing this is because it looks quite interesting, and also he's got some crazy targets of, let's say, $15 for Kaspa, but I do remind everybody that his potential target is in January 2026. So let me go through it. I will also post the link in the description of this video so you guys can go through it yourself, okay? So he says, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Can the best call in all crypto get even better? Let's find out. Limit line risk zones. From the beginning, the idea has been that the green and red lines are to be the focus in the bull market, and they would likely be ideal profit-taking areas. This remains the foundation of this analysis. However, there is much more than has gone into the final product. Just to go and give you an idea of what was taken into account while forming the zones, somewhat in order of importance. Obviously, price, time, total and local growth, Then we had pace, Fibonacci extension targets, bear market targets, market share potential, and that looks like kind of a good analysis, I would say. So guys, I am going to definitely leave the link for you so you can go through it. It's obviously a very long post. I don't want to bore you guys with that, but well, according to this chart, potential targets could be at $15. Am I saying that Kaspa is going to reach $15 this cycle? Definitely not. Am I saying that you should use this as a fuel and degen into Kaspa all in? Definitely not. Okay, do your own research and also diversify your portfolio. This is my well, let's say recommendation, although it's not financial advice. It's my advice. My name is Luke, by the way. Anyways guys, looking at dashboard for Kaspa, we are sitting at 3.4 billion USD, and if it comes to ranking, we are sitting at number 45. Volume decreased significantly ever since my last update, and we are sitting at 95 mil. Now the price haven't really changed, however we are sitting at 89.10% mined, which is obviously a bullish thing. Looking at the standpoint of ETFs, we are sitting at $802 million of inflows as of yesterday, 21st of January. And let's actually have a look quickly at Ethereum. Okay, so if it comes to Ethereum, we've got 74 mil. And now guys, for people that are basically panicking, saying that, you know, Trump is, you know, flipping and all of this, we've got this, right? So Trump just bought $40 million worth of Ethereum, and that was basically posted on January 20th. Trump's World Liberty Finance now holds over 48,000 Ethereum worth 160 million. Something big is coming. So guys, yes, we haven't seen such announcement if it comes to Bitcoin strategic reserve on a day one, which is obviously a little bit disappointing, but we can see what is happening in the background. Okay, so obviously Trump knows much more than we know, and well, I believe that he wouldn't be investing into Ethereum if he wouldn't be thinking that Ethereum is about to pump. And if Ethereum is going to pump, well, that is going to be the path to alt season, where also Kaspa holders, I believe, in my humble opinion, of course, are going to benefit. Anyways guys, moving on, we've got Bank of America's CEO says the banks are ready to come in hard for Bitcoin and crypto if the regulators allow them. So I will tell you this, okay, I believe that Mr. Trump will have to basically do, well, let's say another changes if it comes to government and obviously these government officials, in order to actually carry on with Bitcoin strategic reserve and passing such bullish news for crypto, not only for crypto holders but also for the whole world pretty much, right? Because all of the countries, I believe, are going to be following what America is about to do. So in order to do that, well, this is my logical thinking basically. In order to do that, you have to probably, you know, set a couple of intelligent officials that he obviously did in order to make things easier for this regulation. I don't know guys, just my way of thinking. Let me know if it makes sense what I'm saying, okay? So now let's move to liquidity, okay? But before that, of course, greed and fear. So guys, 66 according to CoinMarketCap, and according to CoinGlass, we are sitting at 84. Should we be scared? This is another great question. Well, looking at liquidity map at the moment for BTC, more people are longing BTC on a daily at least. We've got 755 versus 664. On a weekly time frame, let's have a look how the liquidity lays, right? More people are still longing BTC, okay? Before we are going to look at Kaspa, let's quickly have a look at BTC, okay? So we've got liquidity levels. Well, first big chunk is at 102,700 to be exact, and the second one is above us at 108,000. Well, looking at the trading view and looking at the 4-hourly chart of BTC, well, I believe that we might actually go a little bit lower. Okay, let me put this thing in. Well, let me get out of this, and now guys, let me actually switch it to the daily. So daily, basically, if it comes to stochastic RSI, is showing us that we are in the overheated level, meaning that we had quite significant pump, well, ever since what, 21st of January, and that pump was, well, around 7-8% ish. Okay, so now, well, that would be very healthy if BTC would actually go to these liquidity levels first in here at 102k. Let me actually map it in here, 102k. Don't worry guys, of course we are going to go back to Kaspa, 102k roughly. Okay, let's see if BTC is going to make a quick dive in here and retest this level again as a support, okay, with confirmations, clear confirmations in my opinion in here, and then bounce to 108k. So now guys, this is of course short time frame, this is daily. Okay, in this scenario, if BTC is going to dip, well, let's see how much again. Well, 3%, I believe that's going to pull the price of Kaspa a little bit lower, and in this particular scenario, this would definitely be much more possible. And now, in order to confirm it now, based on the liquidity at least, let's have a look at liquidity for our beloved Kaspa, shall we? So, if we are going to look at Kaspa, let's say on Binance 24 hourly, ladies and gents, first, let's see, the lowest on a daily is at 12 cents 7. Okay, let's actually have a look. 12 cents 7. Well, not really, because the lowest is at 10 cents 9. So let's have a look if we have any significant confirmations, let's say on 48 hourly with 10 cents 9. Well, I would say, well, at least based on the liquidity, it's very likely that Kaspa is going to dip to 12 cents 2, not necessarily to that 10 cents 9. Well, if it comes to that 10 cents 9, very possible is that we are going to do, well, let's say 12 cents, where is this, 12 cents 2, right, in here, and then very quick wick towards the downside. That was basically, well, that basically happened in the past, just like in here. Okay, so this is definitely not out of the question. I know that I gave you a couple of different possibilities in here, but you know, to make things easier, let's say that Kaspa now, in my personal humble opinion, is going to dip towards this level in here at 12 cents 2, looking at only liquidity. Okay, so that's short time frame done. And now let's quickly have a look at weekly time frame, ladies and gents. Well, if it comes to the heat map, okay, so even if Kaspa is going to see a little bit of a further dip, I wouldn't really be that worried, because we still have liquidity piling above the price of 15 or 16 cents. And now, guys, you're probably asking yourself a question, so that's it, 15 cents, right? Guys, in order to determine of where we are in this cycle, we have to look at different charts, and one of these is going to be Bitcoin's dominance. This is a daily outlook, guys. So ever since 4th of December, when we had this rally for altcoins, we are basically creating higher lows for BTC, and this is an uptrend, right? So, well, BTC's dominance, apologies. So now, guys, the question is BTC dominance going to drop in here, considering the fact that we've got stochastic RSI in overheated level? Well, very likely. Is this going to give a little bit of a more breathe for altcoins? Well, definitely, of course, Kaspa included. However, answering your question, is 15 cents all that Kaspa can deliver in this cycle? Well, looking at the Bitcoin's dominance, guys, everything is still going according to the plan. This is where we are, and we are expecting Bitcoin's dominance to, let's say, hit these levels, and then I believe that Kaspa is going to be at, well, definitely different price points. Okay, also we have to look at the chart that's called total excluding top 10. Okay, so looking at this from the standpoint of monthly, guys, this overall pattern is a bullish pattern, bullish pennant, and stochastic RSI on a monthly is also going towards the upside. Okay, so you see how this is basically inversely correlated. Bitcoin's dominance, stock RSI goes down, and this dominance is going up, so we are going to see the break towards the upside. I'm unable to say when exactly. Obviously this is a monthly time frame, but well, in my eyes, at least, everything is still going according to the plan. Well, the last chart that we are going to have a quick look at is USDT dominance, that we basically want to, well, drop as low as possible. You see what's going on, guys, right? I see bear flag in here on 4 hourly, but obviously this is just a 4 hourly. Probably by the time you watch it, things will gonna change. Now, regarding this bear flag, as you guys can clearly see, we have dipped below. Okay, however, we are being supported by this level of 3.81. Okay, daily is showing us further momentum towards the downside, or at least, well, such direction. And looking at the weekly time frame, now this thing actually flattened. Okay, so this is a moment of, I will call it, indecision. Okay, it's going to go either here, okay, and then everybody's going to cry, or it's actually going to go towards the downside, because if I'm going to zoom it out to the monthly time frame, you see, guys, that it's going down on a monthly scale. Okay, I mean stochastic RSI. Guys, I hope that this makes sense. I know patience is key in this game, but that's unfortunately it, right? Obviously whales and much bigger players are manipulating this market. This is my opinion, and that's about it, guys. Obviously you have to survive and wait for better times to cash out on your Kaspa and different altcoins if you hold any other altcoins. I hope that this video helps, guys, and as always, peace and love, crypto.